Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Yes, 'tis I. We are continuing the reading of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Not just continuing, but finishing. We are on the last chapter, chapter 17, a summary of the science of getting rich. We did it. We have read yet another book together. If you missed any of the previous readings, all of the playlists, or it's in a playlist on the YouTube channels. If you're on Facebook, I encourage you to hop on over to YouTube. We have many books. We have read some of the greatest books of all time. This is actually our second reading of The Science of Getting Rich. I did another reading back in, I think, 2021. And it's so interesting to see the takeaways from back then and the conversations and the stage of life. And it's just amazing. So we are always learning and always growing. And that is the beautiful thing about personal development and reading books and always putting positive messages into our head every single day. Remember, it's a matter of life and death. Are you living? Are you truly living the life that you want? Or are you settling? Are you falling back into comfort, into safety, into old programming? Chapter 17, a summary of the science of getting rich. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Throughout each of these chapters, we have been learning what is meant by this substance, this thinking stuff, this potentiality. There is a thinking stuff. It's surrounding us. It's energy, which all things are made. Everything is energy. So think of the thinking stuff as energy. There is a thinking stuff. There is an energy from which all things are made, and which, in its original form, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. At our core, we are energy. We are energetic beings. We are a bunch of particles, atoms, vibrating at a very fast speed to create a solid, a seemingly solid body. Everything in our physical universe, this cup. You like my cup? Look at this cup. I got this from Disneyland. It's a Starbucks. It's my first Starbucks cup, but it's worth it. 70th anniversary. How beautiful is this cup? It's like jewelry, baby. Anyways, I had to show off my cup, but that cup is a bunch of particles vibrating at the frequency of plastic and whatever else this is made out of. And it just brings me so much joy. But anyways, it is energy vibrating very fast, and it is in the form of plastic. That is what it's vibrating at. This microphone, the candle, the wood of my book holder, it all vibrates at a certain frequency. And depending on how it vibrates will determine the expression of it. Same with us. So there is a thinking stuff. There is an energy from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought, when we have a thought, an image, we think of something, and it goes into the substance, because that's what it does. A thought in the substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. So think about your conscious awareness as this constant light that is on. It's like a projector in a movie theater. Your conscious awareness is the thing that is pointing this light, streaming, always on. And depending on what film is in front of that light, what film is in the projector, aka your mind, the thoughts are the film that are dancing across your awareness are going to be what projects out and what we see on our world. Think about the world you're in as a big white blank screen, projector screen. There is nothing on it, only what we have in front of the light, what we have in front of the light. Whatever thoughts you think over and over and over create your beliefs. So your beliefs color your screen. What you see with your physical eyes is really what you're seeing in your mind first. We don't truly see with our eyes. We see with our mind. And then it just shows us in the algorithm of life. Just like a Polaroid camera, think of the world, the outside, as very sensitive photo paper. Like, the paper that you feed the film in a Polaroid, the paper, it's blank, it's very sensitive. And whatever you're pointed at, mixed with the flash or the consciousness, imprints the paper and is printed out. Think of your whole world as very sensitive film, paper, photo paper. What are you printing? Do you like what you see when it comes to your bank account, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your career? What are you printing? What you're focused on? And usually it is unconscious. We are not taught this stuff. Some people are taught this stuff in very secretive societies, to be honest. It sounds like, conspiracy theory stuff, but it's the truth. Royalty, higher ups, the CIA, the government. I mean, there are meditations, those hidden files of mind training. We are just supercomputers. And I used to get really caught up in taking it so personal and spiritualizing it and saying, well, where does God fit into this? And it would really trip me up. I believe in God. However, I was able to see the difference between the line of what role God plays in what I'm creating, the co-creation role. And for me, that was one of my biggest hurdles because I couldn't make sense of it all. It didn't sit right with me. It disturbed me, quite frankly, because I didn't understand. And it caused a lot of frustration and doubt. And once I realized, I came to my conclusions, and I encourage you to come to yours. If there's anything blocking you from understanding how this universe works, not that it means that you're going to, fly through life with ease, new level, new devil every day. We're growing. But every day we have to renew our minds and get a new understanding as we grow of, okay, this is how I'm going to approach today. This is how I'm going to do this. It's commitment every single day, recommitting, remembering, and following through with the process, how you understand it. But think about, back to the analogy, there is a thinking stuff that permeates, penetrates, and fills all the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. It's like everything in this universe is energy or matter. Everything's energy, but some of it takes the form of matter, particles. It's the whole particle, a form, a formed particle, an item, and a bunch of particles creates things. So there's particles, tangible things you can see with your eyeballs, and waves, just potential. Wave, particle, particle, wave. And there was that double split experiment where they realized that depending on if the wave was being observed, it would turn into a particle. But once you took your attention away, it would be a wave. But when you looked at it, it would become a particle. And if you turned your attention away, it would just become a potentiality, just a wave. But that's like our life. We are surrounded by this energy, this thinking stuff, these waves of potentiality. And until we turn our attention, energy, and focus onto it, will it manifest? We cannot bring into form, manifest anything unless we are focused on it. And that's the problem with a lot of us. We are manifesting. We're always manifesting. We're always creating. We are always creating. And we are creating what we're giving our energy, attention, and focus to. So wherever our eyeballs are, it's just like the whole analogy I use of the motorcycle and the headlight. If you're on a motorcycle or a bicycle with a big headlight beaming and you're in the dark, wherever that headlights flashed is where you're going to end up. So if you're driving in the dark and you got headlights and you see a big tree, it if you don't turn the light to where you want to go, you're going to run right into that tree. But that's what we do. We are focused on the exact thing we don't want. We are focused on the exact things that are bothering us. If right now you find yourself in a situation in any area of life, in a relationship you don't like, in a job you don't like, acknowledge it. Yes, you don't even have to acknowledge at this point. You already know it's the thing that's bothering you. What do you want? Shift your focus to what you want. Be normal, show up, don't be ridiculous, don't be irresponsible. Do what you got to do physically, show up, but your mind is somewhere else, right? Our mind can be somewhere else. Our bodies are at work clocking in to the place we don't like, but our minds are somewhere else. Our minds are where we want to be. And that is where our body will take us. Our actions, the energy, the particles that we start to form by focusing on what we want. And then this old job becomes just a wave, just a thought, just a potentiality that we are not activating. So that is a helpful example of that wave particle, the double slit experiment. Basically, there's waves and there's particles. And wherever you look, turns into a particle. And when you're not looking, it turns into a wave. So what are we solidly creating? What particles are showing up in our lives? What we're focused on. So again, if there's something you don't like, if there's an area of your life you're not happy with, focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. We had a great call today. We have the Penthouse Frequency. Every Wednesday we meet, and we met this morning. And, it's just so beautiful. That's why you are surrounded by like-minded people, because some people are down in the dumpsters. Some people are really having a hard day. And some people are like, I am jazzed. I have full faith, full steam ahead. And it was just a beautiful representation of where we can be at in our journeys, which this person who was really feeling doubt and overwhelmed a couple weeks ago was feeling amazing, right? It's the whole, what frequency are we on? But new level, new devil, as she's doing such amazing work. And as she continues to rise higher, that fears, the new weed seeds, weasels, boop, boop, pop up and try to bring her back down. But her growth is undeniable. But, we're human and our brains are always looking for danger and threat. And so all the alarms are going off. And that is why it's important, which in the community, we regulate our nervous system. We identify, we name and reframe and do the tapping, do the nervous system regulation. It's everything. If our vessels are not being prepared for the levels we're going, that is why we sabotage. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. Oh, let me just tell you. I mean, many things I've sabotaged, but one of them, and it was so blatant in hindsight. I wanted to move into it was my 20s. Was it my 20s? Yeah, late 20s. And I had roommates and then moved in and all with other people. And I was like, I want a place of my own and I want it to be nice. Let me tell you, I got on a good one. I found it. Beverly Hills, baby. My favorite apartment, 1 bedroom, huge, gorgeous. I decorated it how I wanted. It was just like, it was a stretch for me. It was a stretch, but I did it. Right when I walked in, I was like, I know this is the place I want. I got it. I made it happen. But I did not do the work. I never felt safe. I never felt comfortable. It showed up in depression. It showed up in me drinking more. It showed up in me finding comfort and validation outside of me. Cut to, I broke the lease early to go move in with somebody, a partner. And I thought that I just wasn't happy by myself in this apartment. But in hindsight, it was my nervous system feeling so out of place. My self-image didn't match this new manifestation that I had gotten. And I have such compassion for that part of me, the part of me that didn't understand how this worked. That, yes, I wanted the new place. I wanted the beautiful apartment. I loved everything about it, but I did not communicate that with my body. My body was still operating on, you need roommates, you need other people. This is too pricey. You can't sustain this. And I didn't. Back then I didn't know. It was like, I thought I was just living my best life. But it was absolute sabotage. Absolute sabotage. I was miserable. Oh, I mean, it was like honeymoon period for the first few months in that apartment. And then it just turned into like depression, anxiety. The addiction kicked up. And that's how it presents. That was one thing that I did not do, the nervous system regulation. I didn't do the self-concept work of I am a successful woman who can afford this beautiful apartment in Beverly Hills. You know, manifesting it is one thing, but maintaining it, is it sustainable? Wow, that's huge. Anyways, okay. So any thought that we place in the substance, so just to wrap up that thought, nervous system regulation, when we are turning a potentiality, a wave into a particle by focusing on it, we can attract things and have things change, but to sustain it and to hold it and to be the container for the new version of yourself, we must regulate our subconscious mind, which is our nervous system, which is our body. So our conscious thinking mind is up here as we think. We're fully aware. But what's happening below deck? This is what is going to dictate the results of our life. Sure, we can, we see all the time people that, lose the weight real fast and then they gain it all back because this has been on board and it's like you can do it for a short period of time. But is it sustainable? Is it a real change? Is it cemented in your blood and bones? It's not a lot of times. And that was just one example for me when I had gotten that apartment. I wanted it, I got it, I manifested, but I didn't take care of below deck. And I went right back to the programming that was in here. I couldn't afford that. It was out of my budget, blah, blah, blah. All sorts of things. Lesson learned. Okay. So a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, you can cause the thing you think about to be created. What are you impressing? What are you impressing upon the formless substance? You are potentiality. What are you impressing? Because whatever you're impressing, you're expressing. Whatever you impress is expressed. Mostly we are focused on what we don't want. Fear. Oh my God, overwhelmed, tired. Oh my gosh, I can never make this happen. Everyone's better than me. Blah, blah, blah. Psh, that's what we see. Do not pay attention to the current results. Again, be normal, be responsible. Don't be a ding dong. Pay your bills. Show up to work. Do what you got to do till you can do what you want to do. But where is your mind at? Where is your focus? What are you turning into a particle? What are you focused on? You can form things in your thought. And by impressing your thought upon formless substance, you can form things in your thought. And by impressing your thoughts on formless substance, that's what vibration is. When you're around someone and they are impressive or unimpressive, they're impressing you. You are being impressed all the time by other people's energy. It's really their thought force. You can feel other people's vibe, their vibration, which is really their thoughts. You might not know exactly what they are, but you know if it's high vibe or low vibe, good or bad. And it's no judgment. It's just, when someone's being judged, you know when someone doesn't like you. You know when someone doesn't like you. Okay. You can't hide anything. Our subconscious mind, our energy tells on us from across oceans, okay? You can form things in your thought, okay? In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Otherwise, you cannot be in harmony with the formless intelligence, which is always creative and never competitive in spirit. And so if we want to successfully, sustainably create something that lasts, we must be in that creative, abundant mindset, not in the competitive, comparing, judging, negative, not in fear-based action, but in creative, abundant, relaxed, regulated action. You can come into full harmony with the formless substance by entertaining a lively and sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon you. We learned about that in the chapter of gratitude. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you already have. Even if you're down in the dumpsters, what are you grateful for? Oh my gosh, yesterday I had gotten my nails done. I just got a fresh, I was like, I am so grateful for my nails. I'm so grateful for this color. I'm grateful for my nail lady. I love her so much. She gets me in and out. She's quick. She doesn't mess around. So grateful for her. Then I got in my car. I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful for the gas in the gas tank. It was full. I'm so grateful that I was like, I'm hungry and I could go get food and be satiated. I'm grateful that I could go on a walk at the park after that. And my healthy body can do that. I'm just so grateful. So be grateful for the little things. Get silly with it. We talked about that in that chapter. How can you be grateful for what you already have? Toilet paper, soap, water, running water, lights, Wi-Fi, hearing, all of your limbs, anything that we have. Like I think I mentioned my toe, my left toe. I had something going on with it. Anyways, it's it is healed. Let's just put it that way. But it was giving me a run for my money. And I could tell my mind was going negative, like, oh, what is this? And I was like freaking out about it. I was like, you know what? I'm doing all that I can, soaking it, putting my medicine, taking my medicine, all of that. I'm going to do what's normal and what I'm going to do. Now, my mindset, depending on if I am super worried about it, freaking out, angry, frustrated, oh, I can't go on walks, I can't do my workouts. Oh, of course, right when I'm trying to do good in the gym, now I can't do anything because my foot, like, I've had this happen before. I remember when I had real bad sciatic, like pain in my back, my lower back sciatic nerve, I believe. Um, I was so upset because I could not walk or run on the treadmill. And I used to go to Orange Theory Fitness and I had to go on the bike for my cardio. I hated the bike. And I remember I was thinking, I love running. Running is like my therapy. And I was like, oh my God, what if I can never run again? What is going on? And I was like, God, please show me how I can heal. Show me what the issue is. Show me, show me, show me, show me. Anyways, cut to, I ended up hearing a video because I mean, I looked up YouTube videos of how to heal sciatic pain and stretches and all sorts of things or remedies of blah, blah, blah. And then I saw a video on stretching your hips when your hip flexors are too tight. Let me just tell you, I started doing this hip flexor exercises within 3 days. I was up and running, physically running again, no pain whatsoever. But I wouldn't have been open to knowing that the answer was going to come. I wouldn't have probably seen or heard that video because I would have been like, oh, nothing works, blah, blah, and had a bad attitude about it. So you have to have an open mind. Well, you don't have to do anything, but it behooves you to have a positive mental attitude, even in the face of terrible things. And that is what healed me from that. And so same with my foot, I'm being positive about it. Because what's the option? Being negative about it? I'm doing all that I can, but my attitude is in my control, how I think about it. So you can come into full harmony with the formless substance by entertaining a lively and sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon you. Gratitude unifies your mind with a thinking mind so that your thoughts are received by the formless substance. So gratitude is the key to abundance. You can remain on the creative plane only by uniting yourself with the formless intelligence through a deep and continuous feeling of gratitude. You can remain on the creative plane only by uniting yourself with the formless intelligence through a deep and continuous feeling of gratitude. That's why gratitude is so important. You must form a clear and definite mental image of the things you wish to have. That's so important. What do you want? Do you have a clear that's the first step. Knowing what you want. What do you really want? Allow yourself to go there, even if it scares you. Even if you don't think you can have it, just put that all out of your mind. The how out of your mind. What do you want? What do you want? Get clear. What does it look like? Look it up online. What does it look like? You must form a clear and definite mental image of the things you wish to have, do, or become. And you must hold this mental image in your thoughts while being deeply grateful for the supreme power for granting you all of your desires. Be in a state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard says. What do you want? How would you feel once that desire is realized? And give gratitude for it. Feel it as if it's real. Allow yourself. And if there's something blocking you, it's usually those negative thoughts. Oh, how's it going to happen? Bad attitude. Oh, like all of the negative beliefs. Those are the weed seeds. Address them, name them, and reframe them. We did that today also. There was an exercise of, like, for example, well, I won't use the examples used, but like, I do not have my dream body today because whatever follows because ... is the block. So I don't have my dream body because my toe is acting up and my body is hurting and I can't work out. That's where my focus is. That's what I'll get more of. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I am still alive and that I am healthy enough to ride a bike or go on walks or whatever, or do upper arm exercises. And so giving gratitude for my body parts that still work, right? Again, this is just an example, but taking my focus on what I don't want and what's blocking me from said desire to how can I do what I can to get to said desire. That'll change literally the energy and the frequency in my body. And then the thoughts will follow. And that'll gain momentum, new opportunities. The whole algorithm will change. And when you have positive, there's like the placebo. I mean, there's studies on this. Dr. Joe Dispenza, when we have that positive, grateful heart, that brain-heart coherence, there are changes, chemical changes. Number one, our body is flooded with dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and it heals us. And it heals us as opposed to cortisol, stress, what's it called when you are, well, endorphins, but like when you're scared. That is taxing on the nervous system. It raises our heart rate. It ages us. So what are we focused on? So first, get clear. What do you want? If any blocks come up, reframe them, name them, and reframe them. Heal them, release to receive. Book a session with me. You must hold this mental image in your thoughts while being deeply grateful to the supreme power. So be grateful, live in the wish fulfilled, give gratitude for it already happening, even just in your mind. Thank you for letting me be able to imagine this and feel it. Forget about it happening outside for now, if that's an issue for you. If you wish to get rich, you must spend your leisure hours in contemplating your vision and in earnest thanksgiving that this reality is being given to you. Too much stress cannot be laid on the importance of frequent contemplation of the mental image, coupled with unwavering faith and devout gratitude. So he's saying we can't do this enough. Like, I'm talking, go ham with it. Go crazy with it. Get wild with it. Get delusional with it. So we created scripts today in today's coaching call. And I told them to get off book, be memorized. Flood your subconscious mind with the reframes that we did. So too much stress, we cannot stress enough the importance of the frequent contemplation of the mental image. That's why vision boards are so powerful, or even Pinterest. I was just saying, again, in the group, she's like, oh, I do Pinterest. I said, me too. Even last night before I went to bed, I was swiping through my Pinterest, just looking at all the things to impress upon my subconscious mind right before I went to sleep what I want. Too much stress, so we can't stress enough the importance of frequent contemplation, the mental image, holding that image in our mind or looking at pictures out here. Coupled with unwavering faith that it's already done. In some dimension, in some timeline, it's done, or you wouldn't be thinking about it. And devout gratitude for it already being done. It just needs to catch up here out in the 3D world. This is the process by which the impression is given to the formless substance and the creative forces are set in motion. The creative energy works through the established channels of natural growth and through present industrial and social order. All that is included in your mental image will surely be brought to you when you follow my instructions and when your faith does not waver. What you want will come to you through the ways of established trade and commerce. Just trust that everything will be attracted to you through the law of attraction, depending on the vibration. How you're vibrating sets into motion the law of attraction. So you don't have to try to attract anything. You just have to focus on your vibration, then everything will be attracted to that. Like attracts like. Like vibrations attract like vibrations. You must be active in order to receive your own when it is ready to come to you. You must more than fill your present place. You must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich. You must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich through the realization of your mental image. Taking care to do each act in a successful manner. We had a chapter on that. Doing things in a certain way, being your best, going that extra mile, giving more than what you're paid for, just the spirit of excellence. Going all in. There was this post about dressing for the occasion, like never be afraid to be overdressed. Be afraid to be underdressed. Like this is your life. Because being overdressed, showing up, doing your hair, doing your makeup, it communicates respect, not only for yourself, but for where you're going, that you respect this thing these people you're meeting, or the job you're going to, or the people you're going to meet at the grocery store. I know it sounds silly. That's something that it's a standard that is deeply, I can't not leave without. And it doesn't have to be, I care what other people think. I care what I think. I know how I feel when I go out looking like a slob, which I don't. You won't catch me outside looking like funky. Immediately, even in the morning, brushing the teeth, it's like grooming. It's just like self-respect, taking care of yourself. And it can look different for each person, but like, what it is for you. Combing your hair, washing your face, brushing those eyebrows, like whatever it is for you. Getting out of your pajamas. Nobody's watching but you, but that's enough. That's the only thing that matters. The only person that matters is you, how you think about yourself, because that's what creates your life. So if you're skimping on the self-care, whatever it looks like for you, step it up. You are watching. Your subconscious mind is watching, and that's what creates. All right. So you must do the best you can. You must do every day all that you can do. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. You must give to every person in use value in excess of the cash value you receive, so that each transaction makes you more life. Again, over delivering. Giving, like for example, I have that vibration and frequency masterclass. It is a full training with some bonuses, another video. It's a whole module. You log in and you have lifetime access. It's a $49 or $47 asset, which for July is $19.99 with that code. All the information is in my profile. But that is valuable for life. You can listen to it forever. You are learning a concept that is it's priceless. Awareness and your ability to understand vibration and frequency and actually how to use it and change your life, all the stuff we're talking about. But for you to have it as an asset forever for $19.99, I mean, I'm following the law. I could charge $100 for that with the education, the time, the effort, the energy, the production value, everything. It's a standard. And I feel really good about that. I feel really, really good about it. And so that is what I'm doing. I'm saying I'm giving people more in use value than I'm charging them in cash value. That's the truth. And you must hold the advancing thought so that the impression of increase will be communicated to all with whom you come in contact, leaving people with the impression of increase. I mean, all jokes aside, like, of course, this is a green screen, but isn't it fun? It makes me feel it's better than a green screen, right? I love this shirt. I love this necklace. I love my nails. I am a very visual person. Maybe that's the Taurus in me. But you know what it's like for you. You know how you show up, giving people the impression of increase. I hope that's what I provide. I feel like that's what I provide. And it's different at each time. There's sometimes I'm in my car, I'm in my workout clothes, right? But I'm sharing something for a reason because it's in the moment. But depending on how it's the energy with which you show up. I'm not just filming a video because I'm like, oh, I got to make another video. I do that. I love what I do. I love what I do. And I get great feedback, right? It shows from my experience. So you must hold the advancing thought so that the impression of increase will be communicated to all with whom you come into contact. What do people think of you? Again, it's not about what other people think, but what impression are you leaving? What impression you're leaving is how you're thinking and being. Are you leaving the places better off than when you came in? The clerk at the bank, the checkout person at the grocery store, people on the freeway in front and behind you. Are you leaving people with the impression of increase? Do you use your blinker? Do you allow space? Do you tailgate people? Like, are you a jerk on the road? Do you look over your shoulder before you make a turn? Yeah, there's blind spots. Crap happens. But like, are you a considerate person when you're in public? Do you leave people with the, like, I was just at Disneyland on Monday, and it just impresses me. The families, the parents. God bless y'all. Number one, going to Disneyland. That is not a cheap date. Taking kids, nothing's easy with kids. And then dealing with public. I was so impressed, and I always am, with the positive attitude, the consideration people have. That's been my experience, except that one lady at the Blue Bayou or whatever that restaurant is. I joked about that. I think she was having a bad day. But I'm saying like the people, the patrons at Disneyland. Everybody is so respectful. Like, oh, I'm so sorry if it's a crowd. It's like you are walking in a sea of people. People are going to hit you. People are going to bump you. They're strollers. You got to, make space, make room, let people through. And there's just patience. It's like, God bless everybody because people are in a positive mental attitude. And you know what? That might not be the experience for some other people, but that is where my mind is. I'm considerate. I'm saying, how can I help this mother of three through and maybe help, stop and give her space as opposed to bolting through like, I'm going to get where I'm going. And it was just so nice to experience people who were kind and considerate, leaving me with an impression of increase. I left that day thinking, wow, what people are fantastic. I love people. God bless all these families. How do they do it? I can't even do it on there by myself. I was tired. I was not given the grace. Let me just tell you that. Okay. The men and women who practice the foregoing instructions will certainly get rich, and the riches they receive will be in exact proportion to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, and the steadiness of their faith and the depth of their gratitude. So clear vision, fixed purpose, full of faith, full of gratitude. That is the science of getting rich, my friends. And that is the end of the book. We did it. We did it. Another reading. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Watch all of the previous readings, not only of this book, but many other books we have here. A lot of Neville Goddard books, Elsie Lincoln Benedict, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Napoleon Hill. Really fun stuff. Who else do we have? I'm going to read, my next book I'm going to read is by William Walker Atkinson, Thought Vibration. I'm really excited to get into this one. So as always, all the playlists are here. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, all of the information is below. I have a Safe to Be Seen 16-week program that I'm launching in August. If you are somebody who wants to start your own YouTube channel, if you are a performer, if you are a creative, a content creator, or aspiring creative, if you want to write a book, speak, just put yourself out there. If you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, if you know that you've been through something and you can help somebody else, even if it's just one person, but you're just afraid to post, you're afraid to put yourself out there, you are afraid to be seen. You are worried about what other people think. You don't know if you are ready. You don't know if you have a message that somebody would want to hear. All those negative thoughts and fears. If you have a desire, but yet you're afraid to put yourself out there, that is what Safe to Be Seen is about. It's a 16-week program. All of the information is below. If you click on that link tree, it's the first link in my profile. There's a free training. It's about 20 minutes, 18 minutes or something. And I go through emotional regulation, the importance, well, many things I go through, but it tells you all about the program. So if you're interested in that, please look into that. If you have any questions, just let me know. I have other ways to work with me. Release to receive, releasing to receive through EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, IFS, internal family systems, tapping, EFT tapping. I have a lot of cool videos that are going to be coming out, which I'm really excited about. So I am here to support you, my friends. And then, of course, the vibration and frequency is still on special throughout July. Be sure to take advantage of that. The coupon code, all this stuff is in the link tree as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for your love and support. We will continue. And yes, I know I have been skipping on some days. And I am just giving myself grace because I'm living my best life and I'm not going to beat myself up. And I consistently posted every single day for over 6 months. So I'm probably in the Guinness Book of World Records. But anyways, I will continue to post regularly. And thank you for your attention and your support and your love and all your comments. I love reading all of your comments and answer any questions that you have. So until next time, my friends, I will see you.